Good morning, everyone. I'm attempting my second yoga video today, and hopefully it will find you doing well and ready to move and to focus on something really positive. So today I wanted to start with a scripture and a prayer, and we will finish with that as well, but hopefully to help us get into the right frame of mind to start our day. The reading for today comes from Matthew 6, starting at chapter 25. There is far more to your life than the food you put in your stomach, more to your outer appearance than the clothes you hang on your body. Look at the birds, free and unfettered, not tied down to a job description, careless in the care of God. And you count far more to Him than birds. Has anyone by fussing in front of the mirror ever gotten taller by so much as an inch? All this time and money wasted on fashion, do you think it makes that much difference? Instead of looking at the fashions, walk out into the fields and look at the wildflowers. They never primp or shop, but have you ever seen color or design quite like it? The 10 best-dressed men and women in the country look shabby alongside them. If God gives such attention to the appearance of wildflowers, most of which are never even seen, don't you think He'll attend to you, take pride in you, do His best for you? What I am trying to do here is to get you to relax, to not be so preoccupied with getting, so that you can respond to God's giving. People who don't know God and the way He works fuss over these things, but you know both God and how He works. Seep your life in God reality, God initiative, God provisions. Don't worry about missing out. You'll find all your everyday human concerns will be met. Give your entire attention to what God is doing right now, and don't get worked up about what may or may not happen tomorrow. God will help you deal with whatever hard things come up when the time comes. This was from the Message version of the Bible, if anybody's not sure of that version. So let's get started. We're going to start today in a standing position. We're going to start in that tall, strong mountain pose. So we want to start with our feet underneath our hips, heels connected to the floor. So the weight of the body is going to go primarily into the heels. The rest of the foot is there for balance. We want to lift the crown of the head all the way up to the sky, neutral pelvis, neither forward nor back. Make sure you have a micro bend in your knees. Take those shoulders, roll them back. If you feel you've got a lot of stress and tension in the upper back, bring movement to that whole area. Let that muscle area release and relax. We will then finish with our palms facing forward. Chin is parallel to the floor. If you feel comfortable doing so, let's go ahead and close our eyes. We want to reach the crown of the head to the sky. We are going to focus on relaxing and aligning the body. So with each and every inhale, we want to focus on that spinal alignment from the bottom of the spine to the top. Make sure that you have a nice straight posture. Space between the vertebrae is even. We also want to focus on muscle and joint relaxation. So as you are standing, try to let the shoulders just relax down into the floor. We don't want any stress or tension working against that gravity. Palms are facing forward. Nice micro bend in the knee. And then we're going to focus on the breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, keeping our breath of equal length and equal depth. We do want our respiration rate to be slightly slower than our normal breathing rate. That will help us to both relax and to also focus. Listen for those deep breath sounds. On the next inhale, reach the crown of the head all the way up to the sky. On the exhale, bring your focus to your facial muscles. Our eyes are closed gently. We relax the muscles of the forehead, the cheeks, the lips, and the jaw. Inhaling again, reaching the crown of the head all the way up to the sky. This time on the exhale, we bring our focus to the back of the head. We flow down into the neck, And we pause at the base of the neck in the upper back. Please bring your full attention to those muscles in the upper back. If you feel there's any stress or tension left, again, please relax those muscles down. If you feel that there's still stress there, you can also bring that movement. Use a combination of all of these things, but fully and completely relax those upper back, low neck muscles. From there, we'll now flow down into the shoulder blade area. We want to feel the shoulder blades reaching gently toward one another and also downward in a relaxed manner. From the shoulder blades, we flow down into the waist area. Please bring your attention to the abdominal muscles in front of the belly button. We want to feel a gentle, subtle stretch because the torso is fully lengthened and the muscles are aligned. It is just a subtle stretch. We then bring our focus to the mid-back, hoping to feel that gentle, subtle stretch there as well. Now we flow into the lumbar spine, focusing fully in that area. Make sure there's no tension or stress. If you do feel any discomfort, you can move the pelvis either slightly forward or slightly back. Let's now flow down into the hip joint. We check on comfort. If you feel any stress or tension or twisting in the hip, please lift the foot and reposition the leg in that hip joint. We then flow to the upper thigh muscles, focusing first on the quad in the front of the upper thigh. On the inhale, we're going to squeeze and isolate those quad muscles, holding them tight. On the exhale, we relax. Now we focus on the hamstring. On the inhale, we squeeze our hamstring tight. On the exhale, we relax. Upper thigh muscles are now relaxed. We flow down into the knee joint. We check first to make sure we have at least a micro bend in the knee. We then focus on knee comfort. If you feel any discomfort in the knee, please lift the foot and reposition the legs so the knees are in a comfortable, relaxed position. Make sure you do add in at least a micro bend. We now flow to the low leg muscles, focusing first on the shin and then on the calf. We continue flowing to the ankle of each leg. We now flow to the heel of the foot. We want to make sure that the weight of the body is going into and through the heel and that the weight is even on both sides. We then focus on the foot. Make sure your foot is as long and tall as possible. If you are able to stretch it out further, just lift that ball of the foot up, stretch the foot out through the instep, and reposition all parts of the ball of the foot on the mat. Again, make sure the weight is primarily going into and through the heel. We lift our toes up, stretch them wide from one another, and then place our toes back into the mat in our stretched out position. A couple more breaths here, really focusing on breathing deep and even, maintaining our body's alignment and our muscle and joint relaxation. Listen for your deep breath sounds. Next inhale, we'll reopen our eyes, adjusting to the light. I'm going to bring some movement into the body just by bringing our hands up to our mountain peak pose. Inhale, hands come up. Follow your hands with your gaze. Really stretching fully and completely toward the sky. Make sure you're not adding any lumbar arch here. We want that lumbar spine to stay aligned. Stretch all the way out. On the exhale, we're going to release our arms backwards, fullest range of motion through our shoulders, and then bring the back of the hand together. We will flip our palms in front of our heart. We'll touch our elbows together and reach. Again, stretch fully and completely to the sky. Exhale, release through that shoulder, back of the hands, palms, elbows, reach. Really nice stretch here. Exhale all the way back of the hands, palms, elbows, reach. One more time. Exhale, hands coming all the way back of the hand, palms, elbows, reach up to the sky. Very good. Bring those hands back down in front of the heart. We're going to let the left hand come down alongside the hip. We're going to take our right hand only and reach it all the way up to the sky. Feel it stretch all the way through the right side. Make sure you're not pivoting, however, through the waist. We're just stretching through that right arm. Now we're going to take that right fingertip. We're going to bring it in between the shoulder blades. And we have the option of either taking that left hand and bringing it on top of that right elbow, or we can take that hand, bring it around back, and try to reach our fingertips together. Either is fine.
Make sure you're maintaining as much of a tall, strong posture as possible. Stretching here. Exhale, we'll gently release and relax. Mountain pose. Inhale, take the left arm, reach it all the way up to the sky. Make sure that right shoulder and arm are relaxing. Follow that left hand with your gaze. No change in our spinal position. Inhale, fingertips come between the shoulder blades. Exhale, right hand can either come onto that left elbow or it can come behind you, whichever is better. We're stretching through that left bicep and tricep. You may even feel it down through the hips and into the waist. Exhale gently and slowly releasing. We're now going to bring our arms to our shoulder height. Palms are facing forward. It's going to feel as if we're pushing against gravity and it's super, super heavy. We're going to put some tension in the arms. We're going to squeeze our arms forward as if we're pushing something super, super heavy. Lots of resistance here. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Exhale, palms are turning out, thumbs are down, and we're doing the same thing, but we're coming all the way back until our shoulder blades stop us. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Inhale, palms forward, super tension in the arms. Bring those arms forward. Shoulders are down. Exhale, turn the palms out. Shoulders stay down, come all the way out. Again, inhale, hands and palms come forward. Exhale, turn them down and come back out. Very nice. Inhale, come back to that starting position. We're going to let our hands come down alongside our hips, palms facing forward. Let's go ahead and step toward the top of the mat. Again, we're standing tall and strong in our mountain pose. We're going to start to change some elevation. Make sure you keep a nice bend in your knee as you are moving. Inhale, swing your hands to your mountain peak pose. Follow your hands with your gaze. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold pose. We're simply letting everything from the waist to the crown of the head relax all the way down. We're holding this position so that gravity can start to pull the torso down further. The muscles will warm and adjust. So as long as we're holding this, we should be able to warm and stretch deeper. Don't force the stretch. Inhale, we're going to push the weight into the heel. Very slowly and gently, we're pushing into the heel and we are rolling ourselves up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow and gentle, using the back of the body muscles as we come back up to our standing position. Roll those shoulders back, palms forward. Again, inhale, swing the hands to mountain peak. Follow your hands with your gaze, stretch to the sky. This time we're going to do a little baby back bend here. Make sure you keep your knees bent. We don't want to have those legs locked. Little itty bitty baby back bend. Keep those arms nice and long. Inhale, return to your mountain peak pose. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Relax here. Again, we've got that bend in the knee. You should feel a fabulous stretch in the back of the leg. Hold here. Again, inhale, pushing the weight of the body into the heel of the foot. Slowly and gently, we are rolling ourselves back up to our standing mountain pose position. Slowly, 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 all the way back up. We're going to do our chair flow sequence. It is a 2-breath flow. On the inhale, we bring our hands again to our mountain peak pose. Follow our hands with our gaze, stretch to the sky. On the exhale, our hands come behind us for our chest expansion position. Now you can put one hand inside the other. You can weave your fingertips together, whatever is best for you. But we're pulling our shoulders back and down. Nice chest expansion here. Make sure you don't put a lot of lumbar arch there. Inhale to a forward fold modification. So it's the same as a traditional forward fold, except our hand position is different. On the exhale, we release our hands gently. We take those arms, we let them rotate so the fingers touch toward the outside of the foot, and we flow into chair. Now, chair is important. We want to make sure that the weight of the body is on the heel of the foot. The rest of the foot is there for balance. And we also want to make sure that we're sitting as deep as we can, but without having a big lumbar arch. We can come way down with a big lumbar arch, but we want to have a straight lumbar spine. Same thing with the upper back, that upper thoracic spine. We want to have a nice straight posture here too. Any arm position is fine. This is our traditional arm position. We can bring our arms up around our ears for power chair, higher workload. We can bring our hands into heart center position, or we can simply get the hands out of the way and let them set on top of the knees as long as we're not placing weight there. Next inhale, we're coming back to our forward fold position. Over the next couple breaths, again, we're pushing into the heel of the foot, rolling ourselves all the way up one vertebrae at a time, using those back of the body muscles. Coming all the way back and down. Again, same thing. Inhale, swing the hands to mountain peak. Exhale, chest expansion. Inhale, forward fold modification. Exhale, release those hands, flow into chair. Inhale, forward fold. This time we're going to do a reverse swan dive. Push into the heel. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come back to that mountain peak pose position. Exhale, hands, heart center. Again, inhale, mountain peak. Exhale, chest expansion. Inhale, forward fold modification. Exhale, flow into chair. Think about that chair position, spinal alignment, sit deeper as the body warms. Inhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, mountain peak. Exhale, hands, heart center. Again, inhale to mountain peak. Exhale, chest expansion. Inhale, forward fold modification. Exhale to chair. This time I'm going to give you an option of using power chair, which means we're going to lift up onto the ball of the foot, heels are raised. So now balance is another component of our workload here. As you're on the ball of the foot, if you choose to do so, it changes the position of the back. So you may need to realign the spine. Let's bring those heels back into contact with the mat. Forward fold position. Inhale, reverse swan dive, mountain peak. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to keep moving. Inhale, swing the hands to mountain peak. Exhale, swan dive forward to forward fold pose. If you're not at the top of the mat, go ahead and step up to the top of the mat while you're in that forward fold. Again, feet are underneath the hips, micro bend in the knee. Let everything from the waist to the crown of the head relax. Inhale to monkey pose, also called a half lift. That means we're going to straighten our legs. We also want to straighten our back, head, neck, and spine. Inhale, hands come to the mat. We're stepping our left leg only backward for a runner's lunge position. Exhale, step the right foot backward, downward facing dog. First down dog, so we're going to pause here for a moment, let the body really acclimate. And everybody's down dog position is going to be a little bit different. Find the position that's best for your body. We are pushing away from the heel of the hand. We are purposely reaching the heel of the foot into the mat. We're not forcing it, but we are stretching deeper as the body warms. Then we're just going to work with some transitions here. We're going to do 2 easy transitions, then we're going to do 2 more challenging. So pick what works best for you. So our first transition from down dog is we are simply going to transition to a modified plank. So we're going to bring our body weight forward so that our shoulders are above our wrists, and we're going to drop the knees to the floor. We want a straight body posture here, just like we're doing a push-up. Plank means straight, so from the shoulders to the knees, we're nice and straight. Exhale, we are returning to our downward facing dog pose. Let's try that again. Make sure you come into a deep down dog, not just halfway. Inhale, coming into a modified plank pose position, shoulders directly above the wrists, elbows are turned inward, knees on the mat. Exhale, return to our downward facing dog. So hands and knees do not move at all. This time we can either continue with our modified plank or we can come into a full plank pose position. Inhale, transition, shoulders are above those wrists. We're keeping our knees up if you're doing a full plank pose. If you're doing modified, you bring the knees to the floor. Nice straight body posture here. Exhale, return to downward facing dog. One more time, full or modified plank pose position. Your choice. So we're working our core, back, shoulders, chest, as well as our arms. Exhale, back to down dog. Now, we're going to slow it down. So instead of coming into a traditional plank pose, we're going to do so by coming into pike position first. So we're going to round the back. So the first part of our transition is we're going to lift way up onto the tippy toes. So we want to push our back up as high to the sky as we can get it. And the back is rounded here. We're then going to maintain this rounded position. We're going to stay as high as we can, but we're going to start to bring our weight forward so that we can bring our shoulders directly above our wrists. We're still in that piked position. Once your shoulders are above your wrists, then we can start to flatten and slow. And here we can come all the way down to plank, modified plank, take that little breather. or stay in full plank. And then we're going to come back into down dog the same exact way. So we're going to have the shoulders above the wrists, but then we're going to lift all the way up to the sky, pike position. Bring your weight back, 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 back. Once your weight's back as far as you can get it, then we can start to bring the heels back toward the floor for that traditional down dog pose. One more time, you choose how you want to transition, but we're coming into full or modified plank. We can do so with a straight back, or we can do it in a very, very slow, rounded, piked back position. You choose, take your time. For modified plank, return to that down dog, same thing. You choose which best position is best for you. Come back to that down dog pose. Very, very nice. Inhale, we're going to drop the knees, sit back in the heels, child's pose, rest. So we're giving our arms, head, neck, chest, and back a rest. You can use any position you would like. We want to make sure we're relaxing onto the heels. Traditional pose means we have our hands alongside our hips, palms are facing up. Make sure your head and neck are aligned with the rest of your spine. Inhale, let's bring our hands up above our head, walking our fingertips all the way out for our extended child's pose. Arms are parallel to one another, shoulder distance apart. Inhale, we bring our weight forward for our modified plank pose position. Shoulders are right above our wrists. We're going to turn our elbows inward. We're going to come down like we're doing a push-up. Don't go any further than you can recover from. So everybody's position will be a little different. Turn those elbows in. We're lowering. Exhale, we push back up to our starting pose. Again, inhale, lower. Keep that back straight and strong. Core is nice and tight. Exhale, return. 2 more. Inhale, lower. Elbows are in, so we're working our biceps and our triceps. Exhale, return. 1 more time. Inhale, lower. Exhale, return. Inhale, turn those toes under. Exhale, lift the knees, downward facing dog. Nice transition here. We're going to finish up our warm-up with a whole series. So let's walk our feet forward to our forward fold position at the top of the mat. Make sure the weight is on the heel of the foot. Heels are hip distance apart. Again, over several breaths, we're going to slowly push the weight of the body into the heel of the foot. We are rolling ourselves upward 1 vertebrae at a time. Take your time, slowly, slowly, slowly. Rotate your shoulders back and down. We're going to do 4 of our whole series. On the inhale, we swing our hands to mountain pose. Follow your hands with your gaze. Stretch to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward to forward fold pose. Weight is on the heel of the foot. Inhale to monkey pose. Straight knees, head, neck, and spine. Exhale, step the left leg only backward. Runner's lunge. Inhale, step the right leg backward. Downward facing dog. Inhale to full or modified plank pose. Exhale, turn those elbows inward. Lower with strength and control for crocodile. Inhale to up dog cobra or baby cobra. Keep those elbows in. We are relaxing the belly. Shoulders are away from the ears. Inhale, toes under, downward facing dog. Inhale, walking or jumping your feet forward to forward fold pose. Inhale, reverse swan dive to mountain peak, stretch to the sky. Exhale, hands, heart center. Again, inhale, swing the hands to mountain peak. Exhale, swan dive forward to forward fold. Inhale to monkey pose. Exhale, step the right leg only backward, runner's lunge. Exhale, step the left leg backward, downward facing dog. Inhale to full modified plank pose. Exhale, lower with strength and control for crocodile. Inhale to up dog cobra or baby cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, walking or jumping our feet forward to forward fold pose. Inhale, reverse swan dive to mountain peak. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more. Inhale, mountain peak. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale to monkey pose. Straight knees, head, neck, and spine. Exhale, step the left leg only backward. Runner's lunge. Inhale, step the right leg backward. Downward facing dog. Inhale to 4 modified plank pose. Exhale, lower with strength and control for crocodile. Inhale to up dog cobra or baby cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, walking or jumping our feet forward to forward fold pose. Inhale, reverse swan dive to mountain peak. Stretch, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, swing the hands to mountain peak. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold. Inhale to monkey pose, straight knees, head, neck, and spine. Exhale, step the right leg only backward, runner's lunge. Inhale, step the left leg backward, downward facing dog. Inhale to forward modified plank. Exhale, lower, strength and control for crocodile. Inhale to up dog cobra or baby cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, walking or jumping our feet forward to forward fold pose. Inhale, reverse swan dive to mountain peak. Stretch to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. We are done with our warm-up. We're going to do our balance pose. So I think it's a good idea today to just do one of our simple balance poses. We're just going to do our walking the tightrope or walking the balance beam pose. So we're going to take our right foot, bring it toward the back of the mat. We're then going to take our left foot and place the left heel directly in front of that right toe. Now we want the feet to be in a completely straight line. We don't want any feathering or zippering of those feet, because that way we have we have a bad advantage is what I'm trying to say. Anyhow, once we have the feet in that position, heel is touching the toe, we want to check the distribution of our weight. We don't want the weight to be all the way back or all the way forward, nor do we want it to be too much to one side or another. So bend the knees, make sure your weight distribution is equal, lift the crown of the head to the sky, shoulders are back and down. You can bring those hands out to help with your balance. We are standing right here. Find an immovable point to focus on. If you're really, really solid here and you find this is absolutely no challenge at all, we can close our eyes. Please be safe. That makes a very big difference. Find the position that helps you to work on balance. If you're constantly falling, there's no way you're increasing your balance. So find that position that helps. If you come out of balance, just come back in the same way we started. Couple more breaths here, and we'll switch sides. If you've closed your eyes, let's reopen. We're going to uncross our legs, shake it out, shake the shoulders out as well. And we will do that same exact position on the opposite side. This time the left foot is behind, the right foot is in front. Again, that right heel is touching the left toe. Feet are in a completely straight line. Make sure that you focus on your balance. Knees are bent. Weight is even on both forward and backward and side to side. Arms out, draw those shoulder blades down. If you feel rock solid, again, you can close your eyes. If you are struggling a little bit more, find a point on which to focus. Breathe easy. Make sure you're keeping that body in a comfortable position. Couple more breaths. If your eyes are closed, let's go ahead and reopen our eyes. Again, we're going to drop our arms, we're going to uncross our legs and shake it out. So our second work phase is going to be one that simply has a lot of movement. I wanted to make this class one that you could share with family members, kids, spouses, parents, so that everybody can benefit if they haven't been moving, if they want to move, to simply have a distraction for a little while. So we're going to do lots of movement here. We're going to step back up to the top of the mat. We want to make sure that the body is back in an aligned position. So make sure that you have that neutral spine, neither forward nor back. Palms are facing forward. Reach the crown of the head to the sky. Micro bend in the knees. If you feel comfortable doing so, you can close your eyes. It will help you to better focus on whether you have any issues of stress or misalignment. Make sure we come back into those positions with complete relaxation and full alignment. Listen for your deep breath sounds. Inhale, reopen the eyes, adjusting to the light. Inhale, swing your hands up to your mountain peak pose, follow your hands with your gaze. Exhale, hands come behind us for that chest expansion, arm position. Inhale, forward fold modification. Exhale, release your hands and flow into chair. Just as we did in our warm-up. Very nice. We're going to add a position in here. We're going to do our speed skier. We're going to lower our torso down so we're hovering right above those thighs. Fingertips are going to come away from the crown of the head, and we want to have a straight, long back. Hold here. Inhale, forward fold. Straighten those legs somewhat. Arms are up toward the front. We're completely relaxed, waist to the crown of the head. Inhale, step the left leg only backward. Runner's lunge. Exhale, take that left heel, rotate it on the mat so that it is in the same line as our right heel. Feet are 90 degrees away from one another. We are going to reverse waterfall the spine, coming into our warrior one position. We want to have our hips, shoulders, and arms all square to the short edge of the mat. We deepen through that right leg. Make sure that you are not bringing your torso forward. The crown of the head stays toward the sky. Relax the shoulders. This is warrior one. Inhale, we're open into warrior two. Now we are aligned with the long edge of the mat. Hips, shoulders, and arms square to the long edge of the mat. We are gazing over our right fingertip. Take a peek down at that right knee. Make sure that right knee has not collapsed inward. We want to keep it aligned with the right toe. Relax the shoulders, warrior two. Inhale, take that right palm, rotate it to the sky. Exhale, bring it above you. Reverse warrior. Left hand can come onto the hip, the thigh, or it can hang. Make sure you're not bringing your weight back. Our weight is the same throughout all three warrior positions. Inhale, return to warrior two. Relax those shoulders. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, reach fully forward with right arm. Inhale, pivot at the waist. Triangle pose position. In our triangle pose, we have both legs are straight without the knees being locked. Shoulder above shoulder, hip above hip. Make sure your butt doesn't stick out back. If that does, then you are no longer aligned. Inhale, return to warrior two. Deepen here. Inhale, position to warrior one. Hips, shoulders, and arms are now square to the long edge of the mat. Once more. Inhale, we're going to pivot at the waist, coming into humble warrior. Again, we're going to come down. We're hovering above that right thigh. Fingertips are going to reach away from the crown of the head. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, hands are going to come down to each side of that right foot. We're going to straighten through the right leg. Keep your hips, shoulders, and arms facing forward for our pyramid pose position. Inhale, bend that right knee. We're going to walk our hands out and we return to a modified runner's lunge position. Inhale, lift that left heel, rotate it so the left toe is now pointing forward. Very good. Inhale, drop the left knee. Exhale, take that left foot so that the top of the foot is now on the mat. And we're going to transition to a balanced lunge pose. So we have our right foot forward, left leg is back. We reach the crown of the head to the sky. As we are able, we bring our weight forward. Make sure you're squeezing the hamstrings and the glutes of that left hip to protect that left hip. Very nice. We're going to take those palms all up to the sky, following our hands with our gaze. We will then do a goalpost arms position. We're going to do fists of fire. Take those hands, bring them into fists. We're going to bring them down alongside the body, all the way down. Exhale, back up. Again, inhale, fists of fire, bring them down. Exhale, back up. Inhale, hands are going to come down alongside that right foot. We're going to lift our left toe, bringing it under, lift that left knee. We return to our runner's lunge. Inhale, stepping forward, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, mountain peak, stretch to the sky. Exhale, hands, heart center. Again, inhale, swing the hands to mountain peak. Exhale, chest expansion. Inhale, forward fold modification. Exhale, flow to chair. Very nice. Inhale to speed skier. Hover above those thighs, fingertips away from the crown of the head. Weight is on the heel. Inhale to forward fold. Exhale, step the right foot only backward. Runner's lunge. Inhale, rotate that right heel so that it is in the same plane as our left. Feet are 90 degrees away from one another. Keeping our hips, shoulders, and arms square to the short edge of the mat, we're coming into our warrior one pose. Again, hips, shoulders, and arms are all square to the short edge of the mat. Crown of the head stays to the sky. We deepen this way. Inhale, open, warrior two. Now we're alongside the long edge of the mat. Make sure that left knee doesn't come inward. Gaze is over the left fingertip. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, take that left palm, rotate it to the sky. Bring it above you, reverse warrior. Weight distribution on the legs does not change. Inhale, return to warrior two. Shoulders relaxed. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, reach fully forward with the left arm. Inhale, pivot at the waist. Triangle pose position. Shoulder above shoulder, hip above hip. Remember to keep softness in the knees. Don't lock the knees. And keep that waist, pelvis, and behind in the same plane as the rest of the body. Inhale, return to warrior two. Inhale, transition, warrior one. Hips, shoulders, and arms again, square to the short edge of the mat. Inhale, humble warrior. We bring our torso hovering above that left thigh, fingertips away from the crown of the head. Straight, strong back here. Inhale, hands come down to the mat. Exhale, we're going to straighten that left leg, keeping our hips, shoulders, and arms square to the short edge of the mat. Pyramid pose position. This is a tough one. A lot of stretch in the hamstrings here, so stay safe. Inhale, we're going to bend that left knee more. Bring your hands out beyond that left foot. Modified runner's lunge. Exhale, take that right heel, lift it and rotate it to the right toes, now pointing forward. Inhale, drop the right knee. Flip the right foot over. Exhale, hands heart center, balanced lunge pose. We reach the crown of the head to the sky. Weight comes forward. Again, squeeze the hips and the glutes here to make sure you're protecting that right hip. Inhale, take those hands all the way up for our peaked position. Exhale, hands come into goalpost arms. Fists of fire, make a fist. Lots of tension in the arms. Inhale, pull those arms down as if you're pulling something super heavy. Exhale, transition. Back up one more time. Inhale, fists of fire. Pull those hands all the way down, 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 down. Lots of strength. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring those hands all the way back down onto the mat. Exhale, we're going to take our right toe, bring it under, lift the right knee. Exhale, push off that right foot, cut stepping forward, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan down to mountain peak. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now, if you want to continue this exercise much, much longer, I'd say to do 2 more on each side of that same sequence. I'm going to keep going so that we can continue having a shorter class. So here's where you want to add on if you care to. Inhale, swing the hands to mountain peak. Follow your hands with your gaze. Exhale, swan dive forward, forward fold pose. Inhale, stepping the left foot only backward, runner's lunge. Exhale, step the right foot backward, downward facing dog. Inhale, drop the knees to the floor. Exhale, sit back in those heels. Child's pose, rest. Any arm position you would like. Make sure the head, neck, and spine stay aligned. Inhale, bring your hands in underneath you so that your palms are alongside those shoulders. Using your arm strength, we're going to push ourselves up to either simple seated pose or hero's pose. Take your legs out from underneath you. We are simply going to do a set of Pilates 100s today. That's our first abdominal exercise. So however you would like to come down all the way down onto the mat, you are welcome to do so. You can keep your hands behind your knees. You can come down however you'd like, but make sure you come down with strength and control. If you have the abdominal strength to do so, you can come all the way down nice and slow while breathing. Stay controlled all the way down. And we have 2 leg positions we can choose for a Pilates 100. You can draw those legs up nice and close so the heels are close to the sits bones. Or you can bring your legs into tabletop position, which means we have a 90-degree angle in both the knee and the hip. Choose whichever one is best for you. Make sure that the lumbar spine is flat on the floor. We're going to lift the chest to the sky. So there shouldn't be a lot of stress and strain on the head and neck. We're lifting the chest to the sky. We're going to maintain that lift for a 100 count. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 29, 30. Make sure that you are not holding your breath, and also make sure you're maintaining the elevation in your position. 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to do 20 more because I'm pretty sure I lost count somewhere in the middle of my count. So keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Let's lower ourselves all the way down. That was a very convoluted set of 100, but we'll make it work. Wrap your legs in those arms. Rock and roll from side to side. Nice little massage for the back. We're going to finish with our final abdominal exercise, which is called either a crisscross sit-up or a scissor sit-up, whichever you'd like. The important part of this is not speed, it is the appropriateness of the exercise. So it's all about form. So we're going to bring our hands behind our head and neck, and this is only to support the head and neck. We're cranking our head and neck. The movement is in the shoulder. Legs are at that tabletop position. We are going to take that left knee in. At the same time, we're going to squeeze the core in. Bring that right shoulder toward that left knee. We're straightening through the opposite leg. And we then slowly come back into center. Switch sides. Left shoulder, right knee. Again, it's about the quality, not the speed. Back into center. I'd like you to do a total of 16. We have to do each side one time to equal 1 rep. So we've just done 2. Please go at your pace to finish up. When you've finished your last one, you can just stay nice and flat on the mat and wait for the next part of the exercise. Also, feel free to close your eyes to help you really focus on the depth of the positions. Make sure you're not pulling on the head and neck. Four more. Three to go. Last one. Let's lower the torso all the way down. Bring your knees, wrap your arms around those legs. Again, we can rock and roll from side to side. Massage that low back. Couple of stretches here. Let's bring the legs back down to the floor. We're going to take that right ankle, cross it over top of our left thigh. The closer the ankle is to the waist, the deeper the stretch will be. We're then going to draw that left leg toward us. We can wrap our arms through that left leg for a nice right hip flexor stretch. Make sure that the lumbar spine's flat on the mat. You're not lifting the torso to meet that leg. Exhale, release. We're going to switch sides. Taking our right foot back flat on the mat. Left ankle will cross over top of that right thigh. Nice long back. We're going to lift that right thigh toward us. Arms come through that right leg. Squeeze that leg towards you. You can have your eyes closed here. Left hip flexor stretch. Let's gently release both legs. We're going to bring our feet together. We'll grasp a hold of our big toes with our pointers and index fingers. Bring your legs nice and wide for our happy baby stretch position. Feet are parallel to the ceiling. Knees are wide of the body. We're going to rock and roll from side to side. Massage that low back. Come back into that center position. We're going to slowly straighten our legs toward the sky. Legs should be straight, back should be flat. We're going to walk our arms up our legs and
until we're actually drawing our body off of the mat. Come all the way up as high as you are able to. Hold here. Walk those hands back down until the back is flat on the mat once more. We're going to take our toes and point our toes toward our torso. Try to minimize the amount of bend in the knee. Let's now point our toes away from us. Point the toes towards you. And away. We're going to take our foot and we're going to rotate so that the outside of the foot is trying to reach that outer ankle. Come back into center. Now we're going to do the same thing. The instep is going to rotate as if we're trying to touch the inner part of the ankle with that foot. Come back to starting position. Slowly drop those knees down into your chest. Again, wrap your arms around yourself. Rock and roll from side to side. We can then come into our final relaxation position. Whatever position you find comfortable and restful. We do want to make sure that the legs are completely relaxed. You're welcome to use a prop like a blanket or a brick here. Please make sure you are staying safe. Find that position that's best for you. I'm going to close our class. Please feel comfortable staying in your position as long as you would like. Our reading for today comes from Jesus Calling, April 3rd. In me you have everything. In me you are complete. Your capacity to experience me is increasing through my removal of debris and clutter from your heart. As your yearning for me increases, other desires are gradually lessening. Since I am infinite and abundantly accessible to you, desiring me above all else is the best way to live. It is impossible for you to not have a need that I cannot meet. After all, I created you and everything that is. The world is still at my beck and call, though it often appears otherwise. Do not be fooled by appearances. Things that are visible are brief and fleeting, while things that are invisible are everlasting. Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine according to his power that is at work within us. Ephesians 3:20. Since we consider and look, not to the things that are seen, but to the things that are unseen. For the things that are visible are temporal, brief, and fleeting, but the things that are invisible are deathless and everlasting. 2 Corinthians 4:18. Would you please lift your hearts in prayer with me? Father God, you know exactly the words we need to hear at exactly the time we need to hear them. They mean something different to each and every one of us, but they give us what we need. Lord, we thank you for your word, for being greater than all illness, greater than all suffering, greater than all knowledge. We know that you love each and every one of us equally, that you want what's best for us, that you have lessons for us that have yet to be revealed. Lord, help us to give you thanks, to give you gratitude and glory each and every day through our words and through our thoughts. Thank you for being with us, for never abandoning us. Amen. So again, you're welcome to stay in your final relaxation. I am going to sign off, so I say peace be with you. Thank yourselves for coming. Thank those around you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Peace be with you.